What's up, guys? It is Thursday, July 31st, 10:26 a.m. I am headed to return my keys at my old apartment, then go for a run, then go for a swim, then come back here to my apartment now and start putting some more clothes away. So for the last 2 hours or so, I've been cleaning my room on and off, and yeah, it's a lot of work, but I am enjoying it, and it's slowly coming along. I just keep looking at my room and I keep seeing it be more of a mess. I don't know if I love it or if I hate it, and I can't even imagine it being completed because I'm throwing stuff out of boxes everywhere. But then I keep looking at stuff being put away or clothes hanging up and all this, and I'm like, okay, it's coming along step by step, getting a little bit more organized. But that brings me to my point. That's what life is all about. Sometimes we have a lot of things going on, but sometimes you just need to look at your life, look at what's going on, and just notice and realize oh, I'm moving one step at a time. And that's all that you have to do. All that I have to do is fold one t-shirt at a time, hang one t-shirt at a time, put something in one spot, just one at a time. And then over time, my room that is a mess and looks like this right now is soon gonna look very clean, very organized, very put together, very nice. Just under 2 hours later, this is what we got. Now it's all looking pretty good for the most part. So all this stuff is kind of just random stuff. That's my bath mat that won't be in here, obviously. And then that box back there is all my pictures and everything that I'm gonna be hanging up. And then that one's just all random stuff and whatnot. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I got my clothes hanging there and other clothes in the closet. And then obviously bed. And this will get pushed back. I just want to get curtains for that window. And then over here, my plan is beanbag, desk. I want to try to get a mirror somewhere. I'm thinking maybe put it on this wall. It's literally just step by step. That's how you get better. You one step at a time. That's it. One step at a time. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And that's just how you have to go through life. Just take everything one action at a time, one movement at a time, no matter how much is going on. I know I just keep repeating myself, but no matter how much is going on in your life, just slow it down and control what you can control. Take the action that you can take now. Because eventually everything's going to come together and you're going to make more progress than you once thought possible. So, we are going to head out and I'm just going to get after it today. I feel pretty good and I'm just going to work hard. Yeah. All right. Peace. I just officially moved out of my first ever apartment and it feels very weird. Very weird. I mean, I lived on my own 1 year before when I lived in a dorm my freshman year of college, but this was my first time really being on my own, and it feels weird to move out. I mean, my dad helped me a lot with the rent, so it's not like I was paying for it and covering everything all by myself, but it's still a really weird feeling. But yeah, I mean, now I'll be on my own again this year, but it's weird. I made so many memories here, and this was the hardest I've ever worked in my life. This last year was the hardest I've ever worked in my life. And I'm only going to work harder this next year. So I love being on my own. I love being independent. This is a weird feeling, but I'm glad that I had such a good year that I can look back and be a little bit sad and think of all the good times and everything. So, all right, now it's on to training. Time to go for a run. I feel good. This is going to be fun. I'm going to go really light pace. I'm not going to push myself too hard. I mean, I'm going to work hard, but I'm not going to I don't want my legs to be too shot since I'm just getting back into this whole running thing. And I don't want to hurt my knee. So going to take it really light, probably 10, 30, 11 minute pace for about 2 or 3 miles and literally just have fun and enjoy it. So yeah, that's what we got. And then we're going to go swim. So my training for today is complete. I did 2 separate runs. The first one was 1.98 miles at a 10:46 pace. The second run was 0.72 miles at a 9-minute pace. I did the second one after resting for about 5 minutes. Both were pretty easy. Of course, the first one was easier, but they both were pretty good. And then I swam 575 yards. I did 10 sets of 50-yard swims, giving myself anywhere between 45 seconds and a minute and a half rest in between. My average pace there was 1 minute and 56 seconds per 100 yards. And then I did 3 sets of 25-yard swims after I did the 10 sets of 50, just really focusing on my form and control and just staying afloat. So that one went pretty good. And now I'm gonna eat and see where the day takes me. I'm just gonna talk quickly about something that I was talking about earlier in the video at the beginning, when I was talking about taking small steps and how we just need to keep taking small steps. I'm starting to look at life a little bit differently. I thought that success and accomplishment came from one really big action. I thought that it came from learning everything that you needed to know and taking one really big action. And I've always told myself that consistency and taking consistent action is the only strategy to success. But I feel like I never always thought that that was true. I think that I always thought that there would come a time in my life where I had learned everything that I needed to learn, where I had gotten the physique I wanted to, where I had the strength that I wanted to. And whether in the gym or not, I would just have the ability to take one big action, one big just sweep, and achieve everything I ever wanted to. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I just always thought that I would get to some point where once I got there, I would get everything I wanted. But what I realized, what I have come to realize, is that really, I already have everything that I've ever wanted. I'm already working towards everything I could ever want. And I know that doesn't make too much sense, but what I'm trying to say is every single day that I take one step to get better, I'm already living the life that I want. I'm already getting closer and closer. And that one big action that I was always talking about is actually the accomplishment of my goals, which takes a lot of small action to get there. So every single day, when I decide to take small actions, these small steps, I am getting closer and closer to what looks like that one big action. So you can compare this thought that I had in my head of getting to a certain point as an overnight success story, which we know is not true. There is no such thing as an overnight success. Yes, okay, yes, it happens every once in a blue moon, whatever, it happens. But overnight success stories are not real. Most people from the outside look in and they're like, oh, that person became successful overnight. They became viral overnight. But they didn't see the 500 videos that they posted before that got 200 views. They didn't see all the work that they were doing for the last 3 years before they blew up. You know, Chris Williamson and Alex Hormozy have done a couple podcast episodes together, and they're awesome. And one thing that they talk about, I think usually Alex is the one who brings it up, but he says that in the movie, the Rocky cut scene lasts 30 seconds, but in real life, the Rocky cut scene lasts 10 years. I don't know if he exactly says 30 seconds and 10 years, but it's something like that. You get the gist here. So what he's saying is that the Rocky cut scene, the scene where Rocky's training, where he's running, where he's working hard, where he's getting better and better and better, in the movie, that lasts for 30 seconds. But in real life, the real life journey of that is 10 years. So he's saying Rocky did not go from this losing boxer to this champion in 30 seconds. Really, it took years and years to get there. And that's how it is for you in your life. So from the outside looking in, it might look like somebody became successful overnight, or you might assume that you're doing all the right things, so you should be successful right now. But in reality, those years, the training and the steps take years. In reality, it's consistent action, time and time again, regardless of how you feel, that gets you to where you want to go. I hope this made sense. I really do. But basically what I'm trying to say here is you need to take small steps every single day in order to be successful. And you cannot assume that one step is going to get you to the top. But you can believe that taking small steps and taking small action every single day will eventually allow you to achieve your goals and get you to the top. So it is consistent action that makes you successful, not one big action, because consistent action is big action. All right, I hope that makes sense, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will have another video out soon. Peace.